Hey everyone, it's Hannah and welcome to Crafty Chat number 25. Yay! Hi. If you are new to the corner of craft, welcome, hello. As I've already said, my name is Hannah. I'm coming at you today from quite a chilly and grey Nottingham in England, land of Robin Hood, also known as. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you find that you're enjoying it, feel free to hit the thumbs up button just below the video. It lets me know that you're enjoying it and also helps to get my video out there. And also, lots of alsos happening. Feel free to subscribe, not compulsory, but it will mean that my video pops up and lets you know that I've posted. But you know, if you're old hat at this and you've been subscribed for a while and you've been watching for a while, welcome back. Hey, I've just finished work. Well, I say just, I finished work an hour and a half ago, but I look a little disheveled because of that. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can. I am most active on Instagram, which says a lot because I'm not actually that active on Instagram anymore. I'm on Instagram all the time, just I don't ever seem to think that I have anything to post. I have my tea, that's why it's called the Craft Tea Chat, because we drink tea as we chat about craft. I also have a Ravelry group, which is quite exciting. In the Ravelry group, there are various threads I post along with the video. I write out notes on everything that I've spoken about. So if you're watching it and you think, oh, what was that she said again? Then you can go and have a look on the podcast notes. Words. I spent the morning talking. Burnt my arm. Oh, yep, burnt my arm. It's great fun. Oven doors. Also, in the Ravelry group, which is the Crafty Chat podcast Ravelry group, and it will be linked in the description box below. I don't know if I mentioned that. If I did, you've heard it twice. I shouldn't film these after I've had a day of work. But we've recently wrapped up the vintage sweater cal. That finished on October the 31st, also known as Halloween. And thank you so much to everyone who participated in that. I co-hosted that with Meg, who is Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. And I have drawn the winners because I had a couple of prizes to give away. Let me grab the prizes. So the winner of the first prize, which is this really cute project bag and the skein of DK yarn from Potion Yarns. And this is from Spool Stories. I love this bag so much. Really sad that I'm not keeping it. And winners were selected by random number generator. So winner number 1 was post number 4, which is Morux, I think that's how you pronounce it, but Monica, who is the host of the Quarrelsome Rhino podcast, Quarrelsome Rhinoceros Knits, I believe, and one of my friends, not rigged, it was random, I promise. So Monica, if you'd like to contact me, and I will get your prize out to you, and I might throw in a couple of extra bits as well. And then prize number 2 was a skein of yarn. It's 4-ply yarn from Green Lambkin Yarn in her Little China Kitty Spunkle sock. And you get a little cute little stitch marker on it. And once again, I will throw in some extra goodies. And I said I'd have a stitch marker made by this week, but I haven't done. But I may make a little jumper, stitch marker and unicorn. We'll see. We'll see. To throw in alongside it. And the winner of that was post number 10, which is username Nadiratani. Really sorry if I mispronounced it, but please feel free, please contact me on either Instagram or on Ravelry, or my email is also below the video in the description box. So feel free to message me, send me your address, and I will get that out in the post to you. If you haven't contacted me in the next couple of weeks, I'll say in 2 weeks time, then I will redraw a winner, and yeah. But thank you to everyone who participated in the vintage sweater cal. I had a lot of fun. A couple of people knitted their first ever sweater because of that, so you're welcome. And let's just move along to finish things, because I finished I kind of failed at my own, but I kind of finished. It's all together, my Anouk cardigan by Andy Satterland. It's this mustard gem of glory. It still needs buttons, so I guess it's not really finished, but all the ends are woven in. It needs a block and it needs buttons. So almost finished, but not quite, but it's, you know. Ta-da-da. Ta-da! It's a short, kind of waist length cardigan with long sleeves, and it's got this really pretty pattern on the back at the top and also at the bottom. Really enjoyed knitting this. I got a bit fed up with it towards the end. I was going to say bored of it, but that's the wrong word. Just because felt like I had it on my needles for ages, but it's because I didn't knit it consistently. Oh, and these are the other new glasses that I have. My super hipster glasses. And apologies if you can hear any noise, my neighbours are being loud. But yeah, first time knitting a cardigan, first time picking up a button band. Luckily my mum was visiting. My mum and dad were visiting, but my mum is also a knitter. So she recommended me dividing the hem, I think, into 8, or the button band into 8, I think. Or was it 4? No, I think it was 8. And then you know that between each stitch mark you have to pick up X amount of stitches, and it made it a lot easier than trying to count. But yeah, I made a cardigan. I'm very proud. So you know how for the past 2 weeks I haven't had any finished things? Now I have quite a few finished things, so that's exciting. And this is number 1, although it's not technically finished. Like I said, this is the Anouk cardigan by Andy Satterland. It uses Aran weight yarn. I used a Hayfield bonus yarn, I believe. I can't remember the colour. I think I have a project page for it. But I want to take some nice photos at some point. So I need to block it and then take some nice photos and get some buttons. I'm thinking wooden buttons will be nice. Then I have a mustard cardigan to wear. And I just hit myself on the chest. But yeah, that's exciting. Maybe I'll wear this to Nottingham Yarn Expo in a couple of weeks. I don't need to buy any yarn though, do I, Hannah? No, I don't. So, next up, we have something that you didn't see me work on at all. You just saw a little flash of it there. A pumpkin hat. So, this is by Twinkie Chan, whom I am a massive fan of. And have been for years. Years and years and years. She first posted about this hat on her blog in 2013, because I had to look it up, and I really liked the hat. I really wanted to knit it. So when she posted on Sunday night that she was going to both post a pattern and a video for this hat, I knew I had to make it. Luckily she posted the pattern Monday morning, and which meant I could make it all day Monday and wear it on Halloween on Tuesday. So I wore it to work. My hair is up right now, so I don't know how good this is going to look. In fact, it's not going to look good at all. Ooh, ooh. Little pumpkin berry. I got a lot of compliments on this at work. A lot of people like it. I got asked 4 times where I bought it from, so that's exciting. That doesn't tend to happen. I've only tended to wear handmade things when I used to work at the bead shop, and it was crafty people there, so they just assumed that I'd made it. But it's very exciting. It's a very easy make, easy to keep track of. The only problem is it uses worsted weight yarn, and being in England, well, Europe in general, I think worsted weight yarn is not readily available. You can get heavier weight double knit, or Aran weight. So I went with an Aran weight. I had the ball band somewhere. I just saw it. Here it is. It's just acrylic. Aran Special by Stylecraft. Aran weight in the shade 1711, which is Spice. And then the top is their is Starcraft Special DK, and I can't remember the colour, but it's this kind of, well, it's not this kind of, it's a green colour. And it was perfect. So I used a 5.5mm hook for the body, and I think I used 5mm for the top. It's all trebles and front post double trebles, but it's all written in US terminology because she is from the States. And yeah, I used Aran weight yarn. I did everything as the pattern said. I have a big head though, so that worked out quite well. I did have to do an extra round, so you increase everywhere and then you maintain for a bit and then you do a decrease round. I had to do an extra decrease round after the initial one as well, because it was so much bigger, and this would probably still be too big on a lot of people's heads, but like I said, giant head. I'm the perfect person to test knit hats at the largest size, or if you've knit a hat and it's too large for you, feel free to send it my way. I'm the perfect person for accidental hat mishaps, if you will, because I have a massive head, but that's neither here nor there. Just got quite a large frame overall, so I'm in proportion. I don't look like I have a big, I hope I don't look like I have a big head on camera, but I do actually have quite a large head. Anyway, I'll stop talking about my massive head. It's got this curly whirly bit here as well, which is fun. I'd say that this was a not a beginner project, I don't think. See, it's really hard for me to judge crochet patterns because I've been crocheting for so long, but this is my first crochet project in absolutely ages, and it made me realise how much I miss crochet. So I might have to start incorporating a bit more crochet into my life. I made this Monday, like I said. I did an extra round of increases initially and then thought, this is looking quite large, so ripped it out and followed the pattern, and I'm really glad I did. But I think overall it took me 4 hours to make. I probably could have done it quicker, but I kept getting distracted by this stupid game on my phone, which is ruining my, it's not ruining my life, but it's very infuriating. It's called Homescapes, and I downloaded it, and now I can't stop playing it when I should be doing other things like beading and getting ready for shop updates and stuff, or making hats. But no, I stop and play Homescapes instead. Very disappointed in myself. My final finished things for this week, I'm sorry, I wore them and I haven't yet washed them, but I only wore them for a few hours, so they're not too bad, I don't think, but they're still worn. I finished my socks. These are vanilla socks using the New Depths heel pattern by Becky Sorensen. It's my favourite heel pattern. I love these socks. I think these are my new favourite socks. The yarn, all my finished things are very autumnal coloured, aren't they? Let's just all the autumnal FOs this week, all the autumnal FOs. So the yarn is by Townhouse Yarns. It's a Camden tweed base, and the colourway is PB&J. I bought this in This Is Knit in Dublin when we went in July. It was my souvenir yarn, and I love it. I say they're my new favourite socks. I'm not sure if they are, but they're super comfy. The yarn is fantastic, and they're the most autumnal thing in the world. So I might have to put them away to only wear in autumn. I love them. I think they're fantastic. The yarn is Superwash Merino and Donegal nep, Donegal, like McGonagall nep. So they're a bit tweedy, and the colourway is so autumnal and fantastic, and I really enjoy them. And speaking of This Is Knit, they are hosting their first ever Words, come on Hannah, yarn festival in May in Dublin, so might look into that. It's called Woolin, like woolly, but I-double-N instead of a Y, so W-O-O-L-L-I-double-N. That was fun, enjoyed that. But yeah, They were all my finished things, but now we move right along into whips and hoes. That was a weird little dance, wasn't it? I got quite a lot finished when my parents were visiting, just because I had a lot of time to sit and knit and not feel guilty. And also, I got all those stitch markers done and they are posted and they've arrived, and it's the pressure off me, so I don't feel guilty for knitting anymore. But my first finished thing are my Midas socks. So this is one of them. You will remember that I used a 2.5mm needle instead of a 2.75mm needle, and I ploughed on through with them. And a lot of people said, don't do it, use a 2.75. And I should have listened to them, so because they are a little snug. They fit, just a little snug. And you know when like sometimes you wear really tight socks and then you take them off, you get really itchy feet? Might just be me. I get really itchy top of my foot. But I finished a sock. This is a Midas sock by Mindy Cox. Here's just a fun cabled sock. You can't really see it when it's like this, but heel flap and gusset. It made me realise how much I don't like doing heel flap and gusset. The wool I used is from Germany, because I used to live in Germany, for those who don't know. And this is Wolle Rödel, der Sport- und Strumpfwolle, Tweed vierfach, 75% virgin superwash wool, 25% polyamide, which is nylon. I haven't cast the other one on yet. This is dangerous. I should probably cast it on soon, but you will see why I haven't cast it on momentarily. But yeah, easy pattern to do, quite enjoyable, but like I said, they could fit better, but that's my fault, because I noticed early enough that they weren't going to fit, and I chose to ignore it and knit them anyway, continuing in the size. And as I finished it off and bound it off and tried it on, I said, they're a little snug. My mum said, oh, if that were me, I'd rip it out and start again. Well, mother, I'm not you. I'm just kidding. I couldn't face ripping it out, because I knew that I would never knit it back. But also I'd just sewn in all the ends. So that's one hoe. But I have another hoe, but it's not a sock hoe. Ooh. So I've hopped on the colourwork trend and have made a Selby mitten. The Selby mittens are a pattern by Ellie of Skandia. And this yarn is like the fluffiest thing in the world. So maybe not the best choice for colourwork, but they desperately need blocking because they're really uneven. But first mitten, got some gusset going. I used yarn from a shop here. It's a commercial yarn from a shop called Søstrene Grene. It's a Danish word. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's 70% wool, 30% bamboo. It's not machine washable, it is hand wash only, and I did the maths and it works out to double knit, because it doesn't say specifically double knit, but I have a hoe and I have a thumb in it and everything. This is my first thumb gusset, my first colour work, my first mitten as a whole. This yarn is, I think, too fluffy to properly show it. No, you can see it, let's be honest, but it's this really nice green colour. Does it have colour names on it? No, it doesn't, but one colour is cream and one colour is green. Cream and green. And I cast on the second one yesterday and then couldn't stop knitting it. So I'm quite a way through. I'm almost ready to start decreasing. It's ridiculous how much I got done yesterday just watching Critical Role. This one's much more even, much more even. I'm trying to hold the yarn in both hands, and I knit really interestingly with my left hand. So a lot of people hold the needle, I can't really describe it, but they hold the needle and then the yarn goes over their first finger, but I have the yarn going over my second finger. Basically it's how I crochet, so that's how I do it. So I kind of hook the needle round the yarn instead of picking. I don't know, it's a really odd way that I do it, but it seems to be working. Like I say, it's not the most even, but it's working. And these are going to be the toastiest mittens in the world. I need to block them out to see how they look after blocking, and I'm going to have fluff up my nose forevermore after this. Because if they look semi-decent, they're going to be someone's Christmas present. But if they don't look semi-decent, I get to keep them. So, yes, the Selby mittens are a part of the Selby Mitten Club that Ellie has designed, Ellie of Game Deer. And pattern number 4 has recently come out, and that is equally beautiful. So I'm really glad that I had a go at some colour work. And yeah, I really just want to make loads of colour work mittens, just like everyone else right now, apparently. So that is very exciting. Yeah, really enjoy it. Easy pattern to follow. Like I said, I consider myself a beginner at knitting. I'm not very good at making up patterns. I'm not very good at interpreting patterns either. It's just not a thing that I can do. But the pattern is really easy to read and easy to follow, and yeah. She recommends knitting continental and having both strands of yarn over one finger. I do not have that skill, so I am one on each hand, and it seems to be working. My final project were meant to be my Halloween socks, but I cast them on a bit late, so that's my fault. I was meant to cast these on, but then I cast these on, but I'm still knitting these. These have been my tram knitting, because I get the tram to work every day. It's like a 20-minute journey, so I sit and I knit on the tram and get loads of stairs. But I think I'm ready, I'm almost ready to decrease from my toe. Just need to try it on. Once again, new depth heel. I now have the pattern memorised, so that's really fun. This is yarn by Cat's Kettle. Cat's Kettle hand painted yarn, and it's in Ghoul Party, matte sock, 4-ply, fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 438 yards, 100 grams. I don't know how much that is in meters, but I won this as part of the Pin Feathers and Pearls podcast, their 3,000 subscriber giveaway, and I won it because I don't usually win anything, and this was the skein, and I saved it for Halloween and thought, yeah, I'll go have Halloween socks. And I've had this for maybe since February, maybe a bit before, and I didn't have Halloween socks, but they are beautiful, and I get to enter them into the Pin Feather and Pearls mint along, because I have time, because I watched the podcast yesterday to double check that I had time, and I do have time. So it's this fantastic mint green colour, and it's got speckles of like a grey and then purple and orange. And fun fact, sometimes if I'm not thinking, I get the colours purple and orange mixed up, and I don't know why. If someone would like to tell me why, that would be fantastic. But sometimes if I, oh, my foot's gone dead. Sometimes if I point at something and know that it's purple, I'll call it orange. But, yeah, or if I see that it's orange, I'll sometimes call it purple. And I don't know why. It's really odd. I just say the wrong word. I don't see the different colour. I just say the wrong word. I don't know why I do it. Cool, so now we're moving on to stash fattening. And like I said, my parents came to visit, and oh, I look like I got dressed in the dark. Well, I did get dressed in the dark because I left for work at God knows what time. My parents came to visit, and my mum is also a knitter, like I've said, and I've got her onto souvenir yarn. Got her a bit excited about it. We kind of failed. We went to visit York, and we kind of failed at souvenir yarn in York, but we went into a yarn shop there. Loud sirens. And they had the West Yorkshire Spinners Candy Cane, which is their Christmas striper yarn. Now they only have one skein left, and it was 100 grams, and I know that I can get a sock out of 50 grams of yarn, so I split the skein, which is why mine is wound, because I did it while she was here, and then they went back to the south. The feeling's just coming back in my foot, and it really hurts. Oh, it hurts to wiggle my toes. But yeah, it's a fantastic natural colour, and then red, and then green. I have a skein that I've dyed myself. It's very similar to the green. My mum's knitting hers. I sent her home with some natural coloured yarn, undyed yarn, and that's what she's using for her contrast. But I think I'm going to go the green route. And yeah, Christmas socks. I need to get those cast on relatively soon. Oh, and I forgot to say that the reason I didn't cast on my second Midas sock is because I'm using my 2.5mm needles for my Halloween socks, because I'm only doing 60 stitches, because I thought, oh, I'll knit these quicker and then I might get to wear them on Halloween. No, I made a mitten instead. Made a mitten instead. Okay, feeling is back. But yeah, this. And then I also bought some 4-ply acrylic, which I know is cursed for some people, but I want to make the cold AF, the how cold is it mitten. It's got an expletive on it, but I want to make them for some of my friends at Christmas, for Christmas. But I don't want to send them with actual wool because I just feel like that people know how to look. It's easier not to mess up acrylic, you know? Plus, these are super soft and much cheaper, which is quite useful considering I've kind of, I treat myself to the nice yarn, and people that I know will know how to care for the nice yarn. But the people that I still want to make things for, that I still appreciate, they get acrylic. That's not saying I like some people better than others. It's just saying. But this is this 4-ply Stylecraft Special 4-ply, and it's 100% acrylic. And I was going to cast them on, which is why the yarn's right around the middle, because I found the centre of the ball. But then I decided not to. And this is shade 1422 Aspen. I don't know if I know what Aspen is, but it's a really nice minty green colour. And I have this grey as well, which is colour 1203 Silver. So I'm thinking for one pair of mittens to have this as the background colour and this is the writing. For the other pair of mittens, have this as the background colour and this is the writing. But I've seen some people complain because there's no thumb gusset in the pattern. And like I said, I don't feel confident enough with knitting, especially colourwork knitting, to know how to put one in. So many people that have knitted it, because I've looked through most of the patterns, they've said, oh yeah, I just put a thumb gusset in, which is fine, except for I don't know how to just put a thumb gusset in. I know that you increase in wherever, but... So what I was trying to do was find the underside of a glove with the same stitch count as the How Cold Is It glove that had a thumb gusset, so I could copy the bottom and then on this side have the How Cold Is It mitten. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah. So soft. And then I arrived home from work the other day to a delightful little package from Meg, whom I've already mentioned, of Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. She sent a present or two to me. So you will know, oh, I don't know if I can share the yarn. I'll hold off on sharing two of the skeins of yarn. But just know that there's a skein to give away, and as and when I can show you, I will show you. Because I haven't asked if I can show it yet. But as you know, I've been, or as some of you know, I am part of a kit that was done with Darn Yarn MN and Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and we're doing a little Christmas kit together. I make beaded stitch markers, so I beaded some stitch markers to go in the kit, and then Darn Yarn MN is making a bag with the little window in it, and then Bad Wolf Girl Studios dyed the yarn. She sent me a skein of the yarn from the kit to give away, and also a skein of yarn on a sparkly base for me. But like I said, I don't know if I can share it yet, but I will tell you, it's incredibly soft. And as and when a giveaway comes around, maybe nearer Christmas, I will bead a stitch marker up and I will put it with it, and then it's called Sugar Plum. But as well as this, Meg sent me an extra gift, as well as loads of wonderful teas and coffees and a couple of peanut butter based snacks, which Mario has thoroughly enjoyed. He is a huge peanut fan. I unfortunately cannot eat peanuts. They make me very unwell, but he loved them. So thank you very much, Meg, you are a star. But she also sent me Tonks, which is a Harry Potter themed colourway for those who don't know, but it's this fantastic pink and purple. And yeah, you can kind of see my hair is purple. I used to have really jazzy coloured hair. I'm letting the colour grow out. I kind of want to keep jazzy ends, so as and when the time arises, I'll probably get the ends bleached still. But I have purple at the moment, and my hair has been various shades of very bright colours, including these. So she said that the skeins she sent me reminded her of me because of the bright hair colours. Look, it's me, I'm back to normal. Kind of, not really. Yes. And this is her sparkle base, which is 75% superwash merino, 10% nylon and 20% nylon, 5% stellina. And it's so sparkly. But not too sparkly, because it's only 5% stellina. It's really nice, and it's so soft. So I think that this colour might have to go with the other colour and make some kind of shawl. But I might need some kind of other colour, maybe a grey or something, to tone it down, because the other colour is also quite jazzy. And maybe if I just use those two colours in a shawl together, it might be a little bit neon. Not that there's a problem with that, but just saying. But yes, as and when I can show you those colourways, I will show you those colourways. Fattening stash complete. Fantastic. So that's everything to do with knitting and crochet. And yes, we have some crochet, because I had a few people ask when I'm going to have some crochet in my video, and honestly it just depends as to whether I fancy doing any crochet or not. Because I seem to use, I'm going to put that down because that's going to get distracting, I seem to use all my hand-dyed yarns. I only tend to use them for knitting. I've never ever crocheted with a hand-dyed yarn. I don't think I've ever crocheted with 4-ply, except for maybe a chain for the odd dice bag. But I tend to keep my crochet to acrylic for some reason, and I don't know why. I just do. But I really enjoy Stylecraft acrylic because it's really soft, and a lot of you have said how you appreciate the fact that I do use commercial yarn as well as independently dyed yarn, and you're welcome. I mean, in an ideal world, I would love to just use independently dyed yarn all the time, always, and it would be fantastic, but realistically I can't afford it, and my size changes so much that I just thought a fantastic yellow acrylic cardigan, it's not acrylic actually, it's 80% acrylic, 20% wool, but commercial, it was only tenner, and I didn't even use the full ball of yarn. I've still got a ball of like this much left. But, you know, I thought that if I don't end up wearing it much, I'm not going to feel bad. Unlike my grey jumper, where I feel really bad if I don't wear it a lot, because I spent 60 quid on that yarn. But yeah. Now I'm going to move into life in general and Etsy update first of all. So I am going to have an Etsy update tomorrow. I'm just going to grab the charms that I'm going to pop in the shop. So I haven't done an Etsy update in about a month and a half, for no reason other than I just haven't done one. So I have a few stitch markers made at the moment. I intend on making a few more after I've edited this video and it is uploading. So first of all, we have chickens. Chickens are going in the shop. I'm sorry about my nails, but yes, I've got some chickens going in the shop because they're super cute. I have some koalas going in the shop. They're also super cute. What else have you seen before? I got some purple dragons going in the shop. Also really cute. I'm going to stop saying that everything's really cute because I'm going to get on my own nerves. got some snowflakes going in. So these are new because it's winter almost, kind of. It's November now, it's near enough. We're getting into the Christmas thing. I'm sorry. But yeah. Got this white snowflake. Oh, got a message. No, I don't. It's Twitter. And then I have this metallic green snowflake, which I really enjoy this colour. Then I have some Christmas jumpers because we're knitters. So this green and gold Christmas jumper. I mean, it's not specifically Christmassy, but it's just a green and gold jumper, which is funny because this is actually my old school uniform colour. So don't know what influenced that. I have red and green, tradish. Oh my goodness, there are some very noisy vehicles going up and down the road. But yeah, that one. And then I thought, who doesn't love pink? So this one's a bit obnoxious, I accept. Did obnoxious purple and pink jumper, but at the same time kind of love it, kind of love it. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm also going to have some pandas in. This one's already got a clasp on it. Gonna make some more pandas and put them in because I think the pandas are so cute. Oh, they just make me so happy. But I also have some mittens because, you know, been making colourwork mittens, so thought, why not bead some colourwork mittens? So I have this iridescent white with a oh, it will focus eventually. It's kind of like a matte iridescent purpley blue. And then I got this dark red and cream, which I really enjoyed. And then I plan on making some, I didn't want to go too overboard with just Christmas things. So I do intend on making some different coloured mittens at some point in the future, but not in this week's update. And I intend on making some more floss with flower crowns because I had a few requests for those, so I'd make them. The shop update hopefully will be tomorrow at 4 PM. If it's at a different time or I decide to change the day, I will let you know on Instagram. That is the best place to keep up with shop update stuff. But I like to do a Friday update because then I can, you know, people over the weekend can get anything they want, and then I can ship them out on Monday. And it's quite a nice routine that I got myself in, but I just need to get myself back into the routine. So yeah, I do intend on making some more as well. As of right now, I haven't done yet, but like I say, I do intend to. Let me put them back away. I'll make some more after I've edited this and it's uploading. What else? Life things. Ooh, how exciting. So like I said, my parents came to visit. It was a lot of fun. It was nice that they came to visit. We went to York, which was lovely. And we just did lots of things around here, which was lovely. It was my sister's birthday. Or did I talk about that? I may have talked about that already. I will be attending the Nottingham Yarn Expo in a couple of weeks because I live in Nottingham, so it would be rude and foolish not to go. So if you see me walking around, please feel free to come up and say hi. I might be a little bit awkward, but I'll try not to be. I always feel the need to introduce myself to people, even though they know who I am, so that's fun. But say hi. I like meeting you because I've had this channel for ages now, and I've done YouTube since I was 17, which is 10 years. Wow, it will be 10 years in January since I first uploaded my first YouTube video. Not on this channel, but the channel is still around, so. And I have talked about it on this channel. Sorry, I threw something in the bin. But I've never really met people that have watched my videos before, because it's not really until I started doing knitting tutorials knitting podcasts, sorry, that I've had the opportunity to meet the people that have watched my podcast. Because before I used to do tutorials and stuff, and there never used to be anywhere where I would meet people. Whereas, you know, yarn expos and yarn festivals and whatever is a fantastic way. And it's just so lovely and so nice. And and then because I like meeting the people that I watch the podcasts of as well, because yeah, it's fun. It's a little bit weird, but it's really, really fun. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so feel free to come and say hi if you would like to. If you see me and you think that I look terrifying, I won't take offence. I'll try not to anyway. But it's the 11th and 12th of November, and it's in the John Arkwright building of Nottingham-Trent University. It's got a tram stop right by it, so if you're staying near a tram stop, just get the tram into town and you'll get off at Nottingham-Trent University. It's right there. It's fantastic. It's very useful. But yeah, I'm really excited. Not that I need to buy any more yarn, let's be honest. This is my commercial shelf. This is my sock yarn shelf. And this is my heavier than sock yarn shelf. And this one is pretty much full, especially when I put these two skeins away. But I'll only put one away for now, because I need to knit more. I recently felt a little bit uninspired by the knitting projects that I had on the go, but then these have kind of given me the boot at the bum that I need. And also I think I need to cast on another shawl. Kristen of Vine was so kind enough to send me her, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but she made the Oracle shawl and then she's made like a half pie version. So I'm really tempted. I'm sure I could find 3 colours in here that coordinate. And I have a sweater quantity right here that's going to be the Sunset Highway jumper. So that will ease up some space. And I was going to cast on an Excuse Me shawl as well. So maybe I should wind some yarn and get on that really, shouldn't I? I don't really have an awful lot else to tell you. My job is still going really well. Oh my goodness, I've now got wrinkles on my forehead. I've found multiple grey hairs. The joys of turning 27, which isn't even that old, but I'm actually an adult now. But my job is going really, really well. I'm really enjoying it. It's quite exhausting. Okay, so for the past 2 years I haven't had like a traditional job. I've just been doing kind of this kind of stuff, and that was going really well. And then I thought, kind of need to start talking to people, because otherwise I get really withdrawn and just not a lot of fun. And oh, my foot is so dead. I need to adjust. I have been sat on the floor for like 40 minutes. Yes, so then I got this job and it was great. But I do this, you know, it's both ways. I try to be the best. So I work in a coffee shop. I try to be the best person to serve you coffee in the world. And also when I go into a place and I'm a customer, I try to be the best customer in the world. I know that I can't be, and that not everyone's going to like my style, but basically I'm incredibly chirpy, as I'm sure you can imagine. It's very much a good morning kind of chippiness, which is quite perky. And considering I start work at 8 AM and usually a little bit before that, it's quite perky for 8 AM, and a lot of people coming in to get coffee don't necessarily want to be faced with the perkiness, but they are. As I say, as I'm going off track again, perkiness, yeah, it's quite exhausting, and my friend Anna coined it as emotional labour, and I like that phrase. It makes a lot of sense. I may not be doing a lot of work physically. I mean, I'm walking around a lot, I'm on my feet all day, I'm lifting heavy trays in and out of dishwashers and whatnot, but the constant talk, especially today because I was super busy, the constant talking to people, the constant, I'm really calm, I'm not stressed at all, I haven't just burnt my arm on an oven, no problem, yes of course, blah blah blah. Trying to make everyone else's restaurant experience as relaxing as possible, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's really tiring. But yes, I should probably go, because this is going to be a really long one to edit now. So, go me. Oh, I just want to knit this more, but I have to do some beading. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. As I said in the intro, if you did find that you enjoyed my podcast and didn't find me too annoying, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below the video. And all the lights going. It helps to get my video out there, and it helps to get it seen and whatnot. And because some of my income is through YouTube, it does help if people watch the videos, because that's how people on YouTube make money. And not that I do this just for money, I do this because I really, really enjoy it. But I also get money off of it, because I thought, why not? Which is why when a lot of people ask if I'm still doing beading tutorials and such, I'm sadly not, at the moment. Maybe in the future, but at the moment I'm really, really, really enjoying just sitting and talking to everyone and knitting, and yeah, I'm doing it for me. Whereas before it kind of was like a job. Now I'm doing this out of enjoyment, which is good. Yes, feel free to subscribe if you fancy that. There's also a little notification bell next to the subscribe button, and all that does is that on your phone, when I post a video, a little thing will pop up that says that Corner of Craft has just uploaded a video, and it will let you know, because sometimes they can get buried if you have lots of subscriptions like me. Some of my favourite channels get buried, so I like to do the little bell notification. And feel free to follow me on social media if you'd like to. Hopefully that will be entertaining for you. And I think that's everything I have to say. Feel free to stop by my shop, thecornerofcraft.etsy.com, tomorrow at about 4 p.m-ish. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I think that's everything. If you were lucky enough to win the giveaway, congratulations. Please contact me within the next 2 weeks. If not, I will redraw the name. And with all that being said, I will see you very soon in my next video.